Hello, everyone. My name's Peter Towers. I'm the Managing Director of ESS BIZTOOLS. Welcome to this regular series that we're presenting on upcoming webinar conversations on business advisory services. Today's theme is looking at research and development, and I'm joined by Mark Holton, a Director of Smith Inc. How are you today, Mark?
Yeah, very good, thanks, Peter. Yourself?
Very good, thank you.
Great to be here.
Mark, you work with a lot of accountancy firms all over Australia. Do you think that research and development knowledge and a willingness to be involved in R&D activities can help an accountancy firm differentiate its services?
Yeah, that's a great question, Peter. I most certainly do. As you're aware, I spend a lot of my time trying to get accounting firms to offer more in the business advisory, business development, business growth area with clients. I see the R&D component of that as being a critical service offering that should be part of the firm's mix of diversified services they can offer clients. Now, we tend to focus on some of the more regular things like board of advice meetings, succession planning, estate planning and the like, budgets, cash flows, et cetera, But I think there's a real opportunity in R&D for those clients that so qualify. And I think we need to have a better knowledge of it, first of all, and also start to think a little bit more about how we turn that into an attractive and creative service within our accounting firms.
Yes, and at ESS BIZTOOLS, we're aware of that. That's why we've developed our new research and development product package, which we have now launched, which gives accountants the tools to be able to confidently have these discussions with their clients. Because many of the people who emerge in research and development started as very small operations, many of them as individuals or small partnerships, and that gives an opportunity for the small and medium-sized accountancy firms to be able to have a conversation with them and perhaps keep them as growing clients within their firms, so that the accountant could grow with their clients in offering these types of services.
100% agree, Pete. You know, it's another service. That's the key thing. I think at times we don't tend to focus on what's available until a client, for example, comes to us and wants to have a chat about a new research or development type project that they're looking to get their hands into. And then we tend to go off looking for, how do we do this? What's available? You know, I think we've got to start to look at the quality products like the ESS BIZTOOLS research and development resources, and start to build that into our advisory framework, into our advisory price book, into our advisory marketing materials and our social media materials. You know, and start to promote this, not just wait for it to come to us on the rare occasions that it otherwise might, by not being proactive.
Yes, and it can flow into what we're calling a trifecta of opportunities for accountants, because a client that's gone through the research and development process, and they firstly have to be incorporated as a company, because that's the only entity that can claim these taxation benefits, but then they could possibly be eligible to obtain a government grant of up to $1 million called the Accelerating Commercialization Grant. And there's always the opportunity that these companies are then going to be very attractive for the early stage innovation company status. Now, that's a fair bit of extra work for accountants, but there's also a significant amount of fees that they can generate from these services, Mark.
Yeah, Pete, 100%. You just hit the nail on the head. It's an awful lot more work, but there's an awful lot more benefit. You know, and it helps develop the consulting side of accounting firms business. And from that, obviously, would come other opportunities.
Oh yeah, as those clients grow, the accountancy firms got the opportunity to be growing with them. And I was reading a report the other night about where some experts believe the Australian economy is going to go in the next year or so, and that was very positive. The economy starting to move on, and I think what that's going to mean is there's going to be more opportunities for accountants, employed accountants, to seek employment elsewhere. So firms need to be aware of creating interesting work, I think, to keep younger accountants involved in the professional service firms.
Yeah, again, agreed, Pete. Single biggest challenge I'm seeing out there with accounting firms is finding and retaining staff.
And this is an area that you can get some real interest from your accounting team members to want them to be more motivated, because they're doing something else other than tax. And let's face it, tax can be a bit mundane after a while.
Heaven forbid, Pete, wash your mouth out with soap. It's a wonderful, sexy thing doing tax returns for the rest of your life. That's why I got into advisory and found someone else to do it for me.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm doing this. But anyhow, okay, so Mark, we're going to have an interesting conversation on Wednesday, the 24th of March at 1:30 p.m. AEST, 2:30 p.m. AEDT. And our viewers today, please go onto our website, www.essbiztools.com.au to register. So I'm looking forward to talking to you on Wednesday, the 24th of March, Mark. So I'll talk to you then.
Looking forward to it, Pete. See you then, guys.
Okay. Thank you. Goodbye, everyone.